This is my shed. It's 8 foot by 6 foot, which is plenty big enough for what I need it for. It's powered by a socket outlet inside the house with a cable going through the wall, down to the ground, behind some big slab rock things, through a hole in the shed floor, and to this socket outlet by the floor of the shed. This shed comfortably fits 2 bikes in it, stored like this, to allow additional floor space when my mountain bike is outside. There's plenty of space around these bikes to walk around and work in. Mountain bikes simply clips in with this little clip around the wheel, and my road bike hangs by this little bit of wood sticking out. It just simply sits on the drops and it stands up by itself, sitting on the floor, being held up by the bit of wood. I used a bit of an tube to protect the drops as well, and the grip tape. My helmets are stored this way. I just have some clove sets drilled into the wall that I can simply put my helmets on. And the same with my road bike helmet too. Down here on this little table I have my riding gloves and my riding glasses as well. Under this table I also have an old Raleigh Cyclone frame. It's quite old because it's got the old head tube logo, and I've got some other parts of old frames on it under there as well, that I use to store stops. Up in the corner of my workbench on the left hand side I have drills and this electric screwdriver. I have drill bits, regular bits, and plenty of screws and nails and fittings to get me by. On my tool wall I have lots of tools. I have spanners, scissors, screwdrivers. The spanners range from 22mm to 7mm. I have them in open and closed end. I have pliers, a range of flathead screwdrivers and Phillips head screwdrivers. Some scissors, and I have a chain tool, a crank puller, and some tie levers. Below that I have a paddle, a quick grab bit, a pencil, and a drill bit for drilling the bits out for screw heads. Below that I also have Allen keys and plenty of lubricants and oils, and a can of brake cleaner as well. And there's also these things. I also have some plastic gloves which are very good for when things get a bit oily and messy. I've got a very dirty cloth, very oily, very greasy, and a socket set there as well. Up in the corner above the drills I have a radio. I would play it for you, but copyright. The aerial is just mounted and clipped into the light up there. I've made a little holder with an AUX cable running through the wall panel, so I can plug my phone in and play whatever I want from my phone. Next to that I have my Norwich Cycle Swan 2019 race memorabilia. I've got my race plate, my route card, a medal, and a certificate. Under the workbench there are these toolboxes. This toolbox weighs an absolute ton. This is filled with just miscellaneous bike parts, long-term storage things, like this long stem of my road bike, this threaded quill stem, and even this £250 race shock. There's also things like brake levers, and even a 7-speed twist shifter. There's various pedals in there, some of them don't have pairs. I've got these plastic ones and this half plastic one. These metal ones are not being utilised as the axle bent in it while I was riding it, which isn't particularly enjoyable. There's also things like brake arms and bike assembly multi-tools that come with new bikes when you get them. There's about 50 of them. There's also things like pumps and cleaning brushes in here. I've got a couple bottle cages and this thing. In this toolbox I have things like greasy parts and things that I use frequently. For example, things like headset bearings, threaded headset clamps, got cleaning instruments, puncture repair kits, things like rubber cement and patches in there. I have just general things like tyre levers and headset spacers. I have some brake pads in there and just general brake line things, and square taper bottom brackets, which is one of the weird things. This toolbox houses everything in between. In here is things like inner tubes. I have a few road bike inner tubes and a couple mountain bike inner tubes in here. There's things like multi-tools in here, boxes and packaging from my road bike cleats and pedals. I've got tons and tons of zip ties in here. Zip ties are always good to have. I've even got a bath knife in here when I need it. And I've even got a battery powered soldering iron, which I use on the rare occasion. There's also things like spare Allen key sets and pliers in here, which are for backup in case I break or lose any other ones. Here is my trusty Lidl's bike repair stand. I've had this for a while, done lots of repairs in it, and it has sustained no damage. Also there are my clipless road biking shoes. I've also got a TV in here, but this doesn't get used much. And that's a tour of my shed. Thank you for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, please leave a like, and I'll see you in the next one.